Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy. The smell of vanilla stayed in the air. There was also a light flower smell, maybe jasmine. Rain hit the windows, making a calm sound. Connor sat next to Ashley on the couch. They held hands. They had just finished watching another romantic movie. She loved these movies. He was used to them now. Watching them together was their way to relax and feel safe. Ashley had dark hair around her bright face. She sighed, happy. "The way they got back together was so nice, don't you think?" she said. She moved her hands while she talked. Her eyes were bright with feeling. "But I still think the ending was too easy." Ashley turned to look at him. She sat with her legs crossed on the couch. She wore her favorite pink pajamas with small hearts on them. Now her face looked more serious and thoughtful. "Can we talk about something?" The tone made Connor sit up straighter. "Everything okay?" "Yes, it's just..." She took a breath, then another. "Remember when we were talking about fantasies last month?" "Sure." They'd had a few glasses of wine that night, trading embarrassing stories and secret desires. Most had been fairly tame, role-playing scenarios, different locations, that sort of thing. "Well, I didn't tell you mine, my real one." Connor shifted to mirror her position, giving her his full attention. "You can tell me anything, Ash. You know that." She nodded, but her hands fidgeted with the hem of her pajama top. "It's different. Maybe weird. I don't know how you'll react. Try me. I've always wondered..." She paused, gathering courage. "What it would be like to have a girlfriend. Not to leave you," she added quickly, seeing his expression. "That's not what I mean at all." "Okay, I'm confused." Ashley reached for his hand again, squeezing gently. "I want you to be my girlfriend. Just for a weekend. Dress like a woman, act like one. Let me take you out as my girlfriend." The words hung in the air between them. Connor blinked, processed, blinked again. "You want me to cross-dress?" "It's more than just the clothes. I want the whole experience. Hair, makeup, everything. There's this bed and breakfast upstate where we could go, where nobody knows us. Just two women on a weekend getaway." "Ash, I don't..." "Please, just think about it." Her brown eyes were earnest, hopeful. "I know it's a lot to ask, but I've been thinking about this for so long, and I trust you more than anyone. It would mean everything to me." Connor ran a hand through his short blonde hair. The request was unexpected, to say the least. He'd never worn women's clothing, never even considered it. The whole idea seemed foreign, uncomfortable. "What brought this on?" Ashley released his hand to hug her knees to her chest. "I've always been curious about being with a woman, but I love you. I don't want anyone else. This feels like a way to explore that side of myself while still being with you. Does that make sense?" "I guess." He leaned back against the couch cushions. "It's just a lot to process. Take your time. I'm not saying we have to do it tomorrow or anything. Just, would you consider it?" Looking at her hopeful face, Connor found himself nodding slowly. "I'll think about it." Her smile was radiant. "Really?" "Yeah, I mean, it's just clothes. I always admired your courage, Ashley, and if it means that much to you..." Ashley launched herself at him, wrapping her arms around his neck. "Thank you for not freaking out. I was so nervous to ask." "I'm still kind of freaking out," he admitted, returning the embrace. "But internally..." She laughed against his shoulder. "That's fair." They stayed like that for a moment before Ashley pulled back. "If you decide yes, I already have some ideas. There's this gorgeous burgundy dress I saw online that would look amazing with your skin tone." "You've really thought about this?" "Maybe a little." She looked sheepish. "Okay, a lot, but only because the idea excites me so much." Connor studied her face, seeing the genuine enthusiasm there. They'd been together long enough that he could read her expressions like a book. This wasn't some passing whim or test. She truly wanted this. When would this hypothetical weekend be? "There's availability at the B&B in 3 weeks. Perfect timing. It's far enough away to prepare, but not so far that you'll overthink it." "Bold of you to assume I won't overthink it anyway." Ashley grinned. "That's why I'll handle everything. All you have to do is show up and trust me." The rain had intensified outside, creating a cozy cocoon in their living room. Connor found himself actually considering the proposal. It was just 2 days. He'd worn a toga to a college party once. How different could this be? Okay? Ashley's eyes widened. Yeah, let's do it. But I have conditions. Anything. First, we tell absolutely no one. This stays between us. Of course. Second, if I get too uncomfortable, we stop. No questions asked. Absolutely. Your comfort is the most important thing. And third, he hesitated. You have to promise this won't change how you see me. After the weekend, we go back to normal. Ashley's expression softened. She cupped his face in her hands. Connor, nothing could change how I feel about you. This is just an adventure, an experience for us to share. That's all. He leaned into her touch. All right then, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, she repeated, barely containing her excitement. The next few days passed in a blur of normalcy. Work, dinner, evenings together, everything as usual except for the undercurrent of anticipation Connor sensed in Ashley. She didn't bring up the weekend directly, but he caught her browsing clothing websites when she thought he wasn't looking, making notes in a small notebook she kept tucked in her purse. A week before their trip, packages started arriving. Ashley intercepted them all, spiriting them away to the guest room closet. Don't peek, she'd say with a mischievous smile. It'll ruin the surprise. Connor found his curiosity growing despite himself. What exactly had she ordered? The burgundy dress she'd mentioned, obviously, but what else? The logistics began to concern him more than the concept. How did one walk in heels? What if the clothes didn't fit? Stop overthinking, Ashley said one evening, catching him staring into space over his pasta. I can see the wheels turning. Just wondering what I've gotten myself into. She reached across their small dining table to squeeze his hand. An adventure, that's all, and I promise I'll make it as easy as possible for you. The night before their departure, Ashley finally revealed her preparations. The guest room had been transformed into a makeshift salon with mirrors propped against the walls and an array of products covering every surface. This seems like a lot, Connor said, taking in the scene. We want to do this right. Ashley picked up a burgundy dress from the bed, holding it up for inspection. The fabric looked soft, expensive. This is the one I mentioned. Silk blend, knee length, classic cut. Not too revealing, but definitely feminine. The dress was elegant in its simplicity. Connor reached out to touch the fabric, surprised by how smooth it felt between his fingers. And these. Ashley produced a shoebox. Size 10. I measured your feet while you were sleeping. That's not creepy at all. Hush, they're only 2-inch heels, perfect for beginners. The color matches the dress exactly. She continued the tour. Undergarments, padded in strategic places. Jewelry, simple and tasteful. A blonde wig, just in case you want longer hair for the look. And enough makeup to stock a department store counter. This is overwhelming, Connor admitted, sinking onto the bed. Ashley sat beside him, taking his hand. We'll go slow. Tomorrow morning, we'll take our time getting ready. No rush, no pressure. If at any point you want to stop, I know, I trust you, Ash. It's just hitting me that this is really happening. Are you having second thoughts? He considered the question seriously. Was he? The whole situation was surreal, but looking at Ashley's hopeful face, he found his resolve strengthening. No, I said I'd do this, and I will. Just be patient with me? Always. They went to bed early, though Connor found sleep elusive. His mind raced with questions and scenarios. What would it feel like? Would anyone they encountered see through the disguise? The questions chased each other until exhaustion finally won. Morning arrived too soon. Ashley was already awake, practically vibrating with excitement as she brought him coffee in bed. Ready for your transformation? As ready as I'll ever be. She'd laid out a robe for him. Shower first, use this body wash. It's moisturizing and has a light floral scent. Shave everything. And I mean everything. Everything? Trust me, you'll feel more authentic with smooth skin. Plus, the dress will feel amazing. The shower took longer than usual. Connor found the process of shaving his legs oddly meditative, requiring focus and care. The body wash did smell nice, subtle, not overpowering. When he finally emerged, wrapped in the robe, his skin felt different, sensitive, new. Ashley had set up station in the guest room. "How do you feel?" "Smooth," she laughed. "Perfect. Now let's start with the basics." The next hour was an education. Ashley guided him through each step with patience and enthusiasm. First came the undergarments, more complex than he'd anticipated, with their various hooks and adjustments. The padding felt strange but not uncomfortable. Now the fun part. Ashley held up the burgundy dress. Arms up. The silk slid over his skin like water. Ashley zipped up the back, then stepped back to assess. "Oh my God, Connor, you look..." "Ridiculous?" "Beautiful. The color is perfect on you." "How does it feel?" He looked down at himself, at the way the dress draped over his newly shaped figure. "Different. Not bad, just different." "Wait until we're done." Next came the shoes. Ashley showed him how to point his toe while sliding them on, how to buckle the delicate straps. Standing proved challenging at first. "Small steps," she coached. "Heel to toe, not flat-footed. Keep your weight centered." After a few wobbling attempts, something clicked. The movement felt less foreign, more natural. Connor managed to walk across the room without stumbling. "You're a natural!" Ashley clapped her hands. "Okay, now for hair and makeup. Sit." She'd decided against the wig. "Your natural hair has grown out a bit. With the right styling, we can make it work. Plus, it'll feel more authentic." The blow dryer and curling iron worked their magic. Ashley added product, scrunching and shaping until Connor's usually flat blonde hair had volume and movement. Not long, but undeniably feminine in style. "Close your eyes. Makeup time." This process took the longest. Foundation, concealer, powder, each with its own brush or sponge. Ashley explained as she worked, her voice soothing. "I'm keeping it natural. Enhance your features, not mask them." The brush strokes felt strange against his skin, ticklish around his eyes, firm across his cheeks. The lipstick was the most foreign sensation, waxy and slightly sticky. "Okay, you can look now." Connor opened his eyes and froze. The mirror showed a stranger. No, not quite a stranger. The face was his, but transformed. Softer somehow. The makeup wasn't heavy, but it had changed the angles of his face, brought out his eyes, given his lips a fuller appearance. Combined with the hair, the dress, the posture required by the heels, "I look like a woman," Ashley finished softly. "A beautiful woman." "This is surreal." Ashley appeared in the mirror behind him, wrapping her arms around his waist. She'd changed into a flowing green sundress while he was processing his reflection. "How do you feel? And be honest." Connor considered the question carefully. The initial shock was fading, replaced by something else. Curiosity? The dress did feel nice against his skin. The heels, while still challenging, gave him a different perspective on the room. And the reflection, while startling, wasn't unpleasant. "I don't know how to describe it. It's not bad, just intense. Do you want to stop? We don't have to go anywhere. We could just stay here." "No." The word surprised him with its firmness. "We planned a weekend. Let's do this properly." Ashley's smile could have lit up the room. "Really?" "Really, though I might need a name. Can't exactly go by Connor looking like this." "I was thinking Dahlia. It's elegant, feminine, starts with a different letter so you won't slip up." "Dahlia." She? Tested the name. "Okay, let's do this." The drive to the bed and breakfast took 2 hours. Ashley handled the winding roads while Dahlia adjusted to sitting in a dress, legs crossed at the ankle, as Ashley had shown her. The radio played soft rock, filling the silence when conversation lapsed. "You're quiet," Ashley observed, glancing over. "Processing. Want to talk about it?" Dahlia watched the trees flash by outside the window. "It's strange. I keep catching glimpses of myself in the side mirror and not recognizing who I see. But it's not a bad strange. Does that make sense?" "Perfect sense. You're exploring a different side of yourself. It's bound to feel surreal." "Is this what you imagined?" when you thought about this fantasy? Ashley's hands tightened slightly on the steering wheel. Honestly, it's better. You're taking this so seriously, really committing to the experience, and you look absolutely gorgeous. I keep wanting to pull over and kiss you. That would smudge my lipstick. The response came automatically, surprising them both. Listen to you, Ashley laughed. Already thinking like a woman? The bed and breakfast appeared around a bend, a charming Victorian house painted pale yellow with white trim. Ashley pulled into the small parking lot, turning off the engine. Ready? Dahlia flipped down the visor, checking her appearance one last time. The makeup had held up well during the drive. As ready as I'll ever be. Remember, confidence is key. You look amazing, you are amazing, and we're just two girlfriends on a weekend trip. They retrieved their bags from the trunk. Dahlia had practiced walking in the heels at the apartment, but navigating the gravel parking lot presented new challenges. Ashley linked their arms, providing subtle support. The front door chimed as they entered. Behind an antique desk sat a woman in her 60s, gray hair pinned in an elegant bun. Welcome. You must be Ashley and Dahlia. I'm Margaret, we spoke on the phone. That's us! Ashley's cheerfulness seemed genuine. Your place is even lovelier than the pictures. As Margaret processed their check-in, Dahlia focused on standing naturally, on keeping her voice in the slightly higher register they'd practiced. The conversation flowed easily, comments about the weather, recommendations for local restaurants, directions to their room. You two make such a lovely couple, Margaret said, handing over an ornate key. Room 3, up the stairs and to the left. Breakfast is served from 7 to 10. In the safety of their room, Dahlia sank onto the 4-poster bed. She thought we were a couple. Well, we are for this weekend. Ashley set down their bags, then joined her on the bed. You did amazingly. I was watching. Margaret didn't suspect a thing. Really? Really? Your voice was perfect, your mannerisms natural. I think you might be enjoying this a tiny bit. Dahlia considered the accusation. The terror of being discovered had faded once they were inside, replaced by an odd thrill. Playing this role, becoming this person, carried an unexpected appeal. Maybe a little. Ashley's kiss was gentle, careful not to disturb the lipstick as promised. Want to go explore the town? There's supposed to be a cute shopping district. In public? More people? Only if you're comfortable. We could stay here, order room service. But Dahlia found herself standing, smoothing down the burgundy dress. No, let's go. In for a penny. I always admired your courage, Ashley. The afternoon passed in a pleasant blur. They strolled through antique shops, Dahlia growing more comfortable with each interaction. An elderly woman complimented her dress. A shop owner chatted about the history of a vintage necklace Ashley was considering. Each successful exchange built confidence. At a small cafe, they claimed a corner table. Ashley ordered for both of them, salads and white wine, playing up the girlfriend role. This is nice, Dahlia admitted, sipping her wine carefully to avoid lipstick transfer. Weird, but nice. Tell me what you're thinking, really. I expected to hate every second, to count down until I could change back, but... She gestured at herself. This doesn't feel as foreign as I thought it would. The dress is comfortable, the heels aren't killing me anymore, and people just see two women having lunch. Is that all you feel? Just comfortable? Dahlia met Ashley's intense gaze. No, there's something else. Like I'm discovering a part of myself I didn't know existed. Does that sound crazy? Not at all. Ashley reached across the table to take her hand. That's exactly what I hoped might happen. You knew? I suspected. The way you agreed so quickly, how naturally you've taken to everything. I think maybe part of you wanted this opportunity. The wine made honesty easier. Maybe you're right. When I look in the mirror, when I move in this dress, when you call me Dahlia, it feels right in a way I can't explain. Then let's see where the weekend takes us. No pressure, no expectations. Just be Dahlia and see how it feels. That evening, they dressed for dinner at the B&B's restaurant. Dahlia chose a black cocktail dress from the options Ashley had packed, paired with the same burgundy heels. The makeup routine felt less foreign the second time, though Ashley still helped with the trickier aspects. "You're getting the hang of this," Ashley observed, watching Dahlia apply lipstick without guidance. "Good teacher." Dinner was an intimate affair, only 3 other couples in the small dining room. Candles flickered on each table, casting warm light. Dahlia found herself relaxing into the role completely. The masculine part of her mind that had been analyzing every gesture, every word, finally quieted. They talked about everything and nothing. Work gossip, future vacation plans, a movie they wanted to see, normal couple conversation, except one half of the couple was discovering something profound about herself with each passing hour. "Dance with me," Ashley said suddenly. Soft jazz played from hidden speakers, and a small cleared area near the piano served as a makeshift dance floor. "Ash, I don't... trust me." They were the only ones dancing, swaying slowly to the music. Ashley led, her hand firm on Dahlia's waist. The burgundy dress swirled gently with their movement. "Thank you," Ashley whispered against her ear, "for doing this, for being open to it. You've given me a gift. I think you've given me one too. I just don't fully understand it yet." They returned to their room late, pleasantly tired from the day. Dahlia sat at the vanity, removing jewelry while Ashley changed for bed. "Want help with the makeup?" "I've got it." The removal process was simpler than application. With each swipe of the makeup remover, Connor expected to feel relief at revealing his masculine features. Instead, he felt loss? The face in the mirror looked wrong somehow, incomplete. "Hey!" Ashley appeared behind him, placing gentle hands on his shoulders. "What's wrong?" "I don't know. Seeing myself without the makeup feels strange, like I'm taking off something important instead of just cosmetics. We have all day tomorrow. You can be Dahlia again first thing in the morning. And after tomorrow, when we go home?" Ashley met his eyes in the mirror. "That's up to you. This doesn't have to end with the weekend if you don't want it to." Sleep came easier that night. Dahlia dreamed of swirling dresses and clicking heels, of lipstick and laughter. When morning arrived, she was eager to transform again, to step back into the skin that felt increasingly like home. The second day began with breakfast in the dining room. Dahlia chose a casual sundress in soft blue, paired with lower heels for comfort. The morning makeup routine went smoother, muscle memory beginning to form. "Morning, ladies," Margaret greeted them warmly. "Sleep well?" "Wonderfully," Ashley replied, pulling out Dahlia's chair with exaggerated chivalry. Over eggs, Benedict, and fresh fruit, they planned their day. The town hosted a small art fair on weekends. Local vendors, crafts, live music, perfect for wandering. "You're different today," Ashley observed as they walked toward the fairgrounds. "More relaxed. I feel different, like I'm not playing a character anymore. I'm just being." The art fair sprawled across the town square. They browsed pottery and paintings, sampled honey from a local apiary, listened to a folk duo perform under a gazebo. Dahlia found herself chatting easily with vendors, no longer conscious of maintaining a feminine persona. It had become natural. At a jewelry booth, a delicate necklace caught her eye. Silver chain with a small pendant shaped like a dahlia flower. "It's beautiful," the vendor said. "Matches your name. Your girlfriend mentioned it earlier." Ashley appeared at her elbow. "Do you like it?" "It's lovely, but..." "We'll take it." Ashley handed over cash before Dahlia could protest. "Turn around." The cool metal settled against her collarbone. In the small mirror the vendor provided, Dahlia saw herself, really saw herself. Not Connor in a dress, not a man pretending. A woman. She was a woman. "Perfect," Ashley breathed. They stayed at the fair until late afternoon, bags filled with small treasures. Back at the B&B, they collapsed on the bed, exhausted but happy. "I don't want this to end," Dahlia admitted, staring at the ceiling. "It doesn't have to. But tomorrow we go home, back to real life. I have to be Connor again." Ashley rolled onto her side, propping herself on an elbow. "Do you? Who says? Society? My job? Biology? Screw society. Your job doesn't care what you wear outside the office. And biology, Well, that's more flexible than you might think. Dahlia turned to face her. What are you saying? I'm saying that if Dahlia makes you happy, if she feels more real than Connor ever did, then maybe that's who you're supposed to be. You'd be okay with that? Having a girlfriend instead of a boyfriend? I fell in love with the person, not the gender. And watching you blossom this weekend, you're radiant as Dahlia. More yourself than I've ever seen you. Tears threatened to smudge carefully applied mascara. I'm scared. Of what? Everything. What people will think. How to even begin. What if this is just a phase? Ashley wiped away a tear that escaped. Then it's a phase. But I don't think it is. The way you light up in these dresses, how naturally femininity comes to you. I think you've been waiting your whole life for permission to be yourself. I don't even know where to start. We start small. Maybe some feminine clothes for around the apartment. See how that feels. Research. Talk to people who've made this journey. Take it one day at a time. Dahlia fingered the necklace, its weight reassuring. You'd really stay with me? Through all of it? I'm not going anywhere. Whatever you decide, whoever you become, I'm here. They ordered room service that night, neither wanting to break the spell of intimacy. Over pasta and wine, they talked honestly about possibilities, fears, dreams. Ashley shared resources she'd already researched, support groups, and medical information. She'd been preparing for this possibility longer than she'd admitted. You knew this might happen, Dahlia accused without heat. I hoped. When I pictured this weekend, I imagined you discovering something beautiful about yourself, but I couldn't be sure. What gave me away? Ashley considered. Little things. How you'd linger in the women's section when we shopped. The way you watched me do my makeup. Once you asked about my skincare routine and looked so disappointed when you caught yourself. I remember that. Plus, the speed with which you agreed to this weekend. Most men would have needed way more convincing. Most men don't have a part of themselves screaming to get out. They talked until late, planning tentative next steps. The drive home tomorrow, keeping some of the clothes, maybe dinner out as girlfriends next weekend. Small steps toward an authentic life. Their last morning at the B&B dawned gray and drizzly. Dahlia packed slowly, reluctant to fold away the dresses that had become armor and revelation combined. She wore the burgundy dress again for the trip home, wanting to extend the experience as long as possible. Ready? Ashley asked gently. No, but yes. Margaret hugged them both at checkout. You two have such beautiful energy together. Please come back anytime. In the car, Dahlia watched the B&B disappear in the mirror. She saw two women in love. That's what we are. Even when we get home, when reality sets in, Ashley reached over to squeeze her hand. Especially then, reality is what we make it. The miles passed quietly. As they neared the city, Dahlia felt anxiety creeping in. The safe bubble of the weekend was dissolving. Soon they'd be back in their apartment, surrounded by Connor's things, Connor's life. We don't have to go straight home, Ashley said, reading her mood. Want to stop somewhere? Ease the transition? Like where? There's a salon I know, very discreet, very accepting. We could get your hair professionally styled, make it easier to maintain a feminine look even in boy mode. You've really thought of everything. I've had years to plan this fantasy. Might as well use my research. The salon was tucked between a bookstore and a cafe on a quiet street. Inside, soft music played, and the air smelled like expensive shampoo. The stylist, introduced as Carmen, didn't bat an eye at Dahlia's appearance. First time? She asked kindly, running fingers through Dahlia's hair. Is it that obvious? Honey, I've been doing this for 20 years. I can spot a baby trans woman at 50 paces. You're doing beautifully, by the way. That dress is killer. The casual acceptance nearly brought tears. While Carmen worked, adding subtle highlights and shaping the cut to be andro enough for work, but feminine when styled right, she shared stories of other clients on similar journeys. The key is to go at your own pace. Some people go full-time immediately, others take years. There's no wrong way to be yourself. Ashley chatted with Carmen like old friends, and Dahlia realized they probably were. Another piece of careful planning revealed. Instead of feeling manipulated, she felt loved. Ashley had prepared for every possibility, wanting to smooth any path Dahlia might choose. The final result was remarkable. Her hair looked professionally styled, but not dramatically different. With product and styling, it could go full feminine. Without, it would pass at work with minor questions at most. "Thank you," Dahlia told Carmen, meaning more than just the hair. "Anytime, sweetie. And I mean that. You need anything, you call me." Back in the car, Ashley navigated toward home. "Feel better?" "Actually, yes. Having hair that works both ways feels like permission to explore without committing fully yet. That's the idea. Baby steps." Their apartment building loomed ahead. Dahlia's stomach clenched. Once they walked through that door, would the spell break? Would Connor's life swallow Dahlia whole? "Hey." Ashley parked but didn't move to get out. "Nothing changes unless you want it to. The clothes are yours to keep or donate. The makeup too. You can be Dahlia every day, just weekends, or never again. Your choice." "What do you want?" "I want you happy, whether that's as Connor, Dahlia, or someone in between." They unloaded the car in trips. Dahlia hung the dresses in the bedroom closet, not relegated to the guest room. A small act of claiming space. The makeup went on the bathroom counter next to Ashley's. "I'm going to change," Dahlia said, then paused. "Actually, is it okay if I don't? Just for today?" "Of course. Want to order Thai food and watch terrible movies?" "Perfect." They settled on the couch, Dahlia tucking her legs beneath the burgundy dress. Everything felt different yet the same. The apartment hadn't changed, but her place in it had shifted. She was still herself, just a truer version. "I want to try," she said suddenly. "Not full-time yet, but more. Date nights as Dahlia. Maybe hormones eventually. See where it goes." Ashley paused the movie. "Really? This weekend showed me something I can't unknow. I like being Dahlia. I like how clothes feel, how I move, how you look at me. I like feeling pretty and soft and myself. Then we'll take it one step at a time. There's no rush. What about work, friends, family? Future Dahlia's problems. Present Dahlia just needs to enjoy her Thai food and terrible movies." She was right. The mountain of coming out, transitioning, navigating the world as a trans woman, all of that could wait. Tonight, Dahlia existed in her burgundy dress, safe in her apartment with her girlfriend, necklace cool against her throat. The weeks that followed blurred together. Date nights became Dahlia nights, exploring restaurants and theaters where anonymity allowed freedom. The guest room closet migrated entirely to the bedroom. Makeup tutorials replaced cooking shows as their evening entertainment. "You're getting good at this," Ashley commented, watching Dahlia apply eyeliner with steady hands. "Practice makes perfect, though I still can't do wings like yours." "Give it time?" Time became fluid. Weekends stretched longer, Dahlia emerging Friday evening and lingering until Monday morning demanded Connor's return. The shift grew harder each week, boy clothes feeling more like costume than girl clothes ever had. "I made an appointment," Dahlia announced one evening, dressed in a flowing green maxi dress. "With a therapist who specializes in gender identity." Ashley looked up from her book. "That's wonderful. How do you feel?" "Terrified, excited, sure and unsure at the same time. That sounds about right for a major life decision." The therapist's office was deliberately neutral. Beige walls, abstract art, a white noise machine humming softly. Dr. Martinez had kind eyes and an easy manner that put Dahlia at ease. "Tell me what brings you here," she said simply. The story poured out, the weekend that started as Ashley's fantasy, the discovery of joy in femininity, the increasing discomfort with Connor's life, fears and hopes tangled together. "It's not uncommon," Dr. Martinez said when Dahlia finished. "Many people discover their true gender identity later in life, often through seemingly unrelated experiences. The question now is, what do you want to do with this discovery?" "I think I want to transition, but I'm scared it's just a phase, or I'm doing it for Ashley, or I'll regret it." All valid concerns. That's why we take this slowly. Explore your feelings. Make sure any decisions come from your authentic self. They talked for the full hour, Dr. Martinez asking probing but gentle questions. Childhood memories surfaced, playing dress-up with cousins, the inexplicable sadness at puberty's changes, the sense of wrongness that had background noise for so long, Dahlia stopped noticing it. "I'd like to see you regularly," Dr. Martinez said as time ran out. "Weekly if possible. This is a journey, not a destination." Dahlia scheduled the next appointment with shaking hands. Real. This was becoming real. Ashley was waiting in the car. "How'd it go?" "Good. Scary. I have homework. Journal about my feelings. Notice when I feel most myself." "Want to talk about it?" "Not yet. Still processing." Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.